Mike Johnson's mad at this. He's not happy. He's the Speaker of the House. He's angry that the Epstein files might be released. He's like not happy. He's like disappointed. Watch this. This is the Speaker of our House of Representatives, and as my late nanny would say, God help us and save us. Mike Johnson.
All right. Number 5, national security concerns, okay? The discharge requires the Attorney General to release within 30 days, quote, classified information to the maximum extent possible. This ignores the principle that declassification should always rest, and always has rested, with the agency that originated the intelligence. Why? So that they can protect their critical sources and methods. It is incredibly dangerous to demand that officials or employees of the DOJ declassify materials that originated in other agencies.
Totally cool. Right. Great point. Let's not do it. He just won me over. I totally forgot about that. That's such a good point that he just made about that. Totally fucking, the guy hit it out of the park right there. First of all, they literally told you a few months ago that Epstein was not running a trafficking ring at all. Now they're saying there are national security concerns in the intelligence of the guy who was not running a trafficking ring. Why would there be concerns about our national security in the Epstein files? Doesn't that seem odd to anyone? Supposedly there was no client list and he wasn't doing anything. And then if he was doing something, he was just pimping out girls to rich guys, which is obviously evil and they should all go to jail. But why does this have to do with our national security? That's odd. It's odd that we're talking about this in terms of, quote, intelligence and our national security. Remember, Jeffrey Epstein is just like a weird rich guy who has a predilection for underage girls, right? Like he's not doing anything on behalf of any foreign government, right? He's not doing anything that our government knew about, right? He's not blackmailing anyone. They told us it's not a blackmail operation, so it seems odd to me that there'd be national security concerns in the Epstein files. That's so weird. Johnson wasn't speaking off the cuff. He was quoting from a document produced by his office detailing 5 flaws with the bill. The 5th and final flaw, titled National Security Concerns, says that it's incredibly unwise to demand that the DOJ declassify materials originated by other agencies. That declassification should protect sources and methods and directs Congress to, quote, work with the Attorney General Pam Bondi to declassify in a reasonable time frame. It's just so odd that this thing that doesn't exist has national security implications. That's super weird. What? I don't get it. Even if Epstein was this guy who was like hiding money for people, or, again, he was like a pimp. What does it have to do with America's national security? Huh. So odd. Interesting. Well, I guess when the documents come out, we'll find all that out. Why it's such a concern and why they don't want it out and who's embarrassed. And I think it's going to be a watershed moment when these things come out. I think people are going to be disturbed by the content of them. And I think the content of these documents is going to be enough to paint a global picture that people are going to find less than thrilling, I believe. But that's just my own belief. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's going to be underwhelming, but again, there's no way that the government fought like hell to keep them under lock and key if there's nothing there. So they might be running around now trying to redact them and, so you're confused by them and you don't really know what's going on. They might be trying to scrub certain names from them or certain implications. I don't really know. I know that they're coming out I don't know if they'll be out before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a time that no matter who you are, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, a white person, a black person, a pedophile in the Mossad, none of it matters. You should have a Thanksgiving. You should be able to sit down with your family and have a Thanksgiving and not focus on the division, focus on the people at the table whom you love. Even if they are pedophiles that are working for a foreign government. It's Thanksgiving. There's got to be one day when we just relax and say pedophiles who may or may not be working for foreign governments get to have sweet potatoes and turkey and just sit on the couch after the turkey and go, I'm zapped. And then someone goes, that's the tryptophan in the turkey. Like, watch a little football, have some stuffing, a little cranberry sauce, and let's not lose our mind here just because someone happens to be a pedophile who's blackmailing our politicians so that we can continually be in war. You know what I mean? Like, if Thanksgiving's about anything, it's about leaving those divisions behind and embracing the fact that we like to go out, have a nice meal, and enjoy ourselves and enjoy our family. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter who they are. Some of them are going to be agents of our own government, a foreign government. Some of them are going to be human traffickers. Some of them are going to traffic narcotics. They're going to be narco traffickers. Some of them are going to be paid protesters who just show up and start lighting shit up. If somebody gives them enough money, they just show up and start lighting shit up in the town square. Who cares? It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter who these people are. Doesn't matter. Some of them are going to be pedophiles. I don't know what to tell you. It's Thanksgiving. Trump called a woman a little piggy, quiet piggy. I wonder what exactly, there's people saying that it's going to open a can of worms up about his relationship with Russia. I don't know if that's true. There are people saying that Putin's got compromat on Trump and has forever. There are people saying that it's going to be about Israel. We're going to find out Epstein was Mossad adjacent and he was working. There's an article that came out where it was basically like Epstein and Ehud Barak were back channeling with Putin about the Syrian civil war. And I read that article, and I forgot who did the article, but maybe we'll throw the article up in the YouTube comments or something. And that article was a very detailed account, a breakdown of the emails, the 30-something thousand emails that were released. And you have this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, again, who's back channeling with Ehud Barak, who was the ex-prime minister of Israel. I'm sorry, he was talking to Ehud Barak about back channeling with Vladimir Putin about how to make money from the Syrian civil war. So again, that seems like a guy who's like a connected guy. I feel like it's something my father wasn't doing. I mean, I don't know about that. Like, there were times when I didn't know what my father was doing. I imagine he was at work or something, but he could have been back channeling with Ehud Barak and Vladimir Putin about how to make money off a Syrian civil war. I don't know. It's something I imagine he wasn't doing that. And if someone is doing that, back channeling with the president of Russia about how to make money off the Syrian civil war, it might be fair to suggest that that person's connected politically. I don't know. Again, I don't want to jump to conclusions. It could be nothing. That's the other thing. It could be nothing. It could be like an accident. Like I was at a party and then I met a guy who knew the president of Russia. I knew the ex-prime minister of Israel. We started talking. We're since there's this civil war in Syria, why not make a couple of dollars? That all could be just an accident, like a happy accident. That's what they call those things, a happy accident.